Hey, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're talking about vibe coding. And I am doing this podcast episode because I actually mentioned vibe coding on an Instagram story over the weekend. I had quite a few people writing to me saying, what is vibe coding? And I just assumed everyone would know what it is, and that's ridiculous. So I guess my assumption was everyone else knew about coding, but that's obviously not the case. So I thought I'd share a quick episode on what it is and maybe why it's a very helpful and interesting thing to know about if you are doing anything. Basically, if you can imagine this, imagine telling a computer what you want it to do in plain English, and then it builds the software for you. If this sounds like science fiction, you're not wrong, but this is what vibe coding is essentially. That's what it is. So you use a tool like Replit, for example, and you go into Replit and you say, hey, I want a tool that will help me track how many push-ups I do every day. I want you to integrate this with my Apple Watch, and I want you to send me an email every day reminding me of my target number. You give it some time and it will just create this tool for you. Now, creating it and publishing it onto a specific platform is a little bit more complex, but the actual creation of it is really, really simple. It's just as simple as describing what you want. So vibe coding pretty much is an AI-assisted software development approach where you describe what you want in natural language. So you just use your own tone of voice. If you can describe an idea, and AI will generate the code. So here's why you should care. I mean, there's so many reasons. And hopefully if you hear this and you're hearing this for the first time and you're like, what is it? If it's blowing your mind, yeah, it blew my mind as well. But it really democratizes coding. So it allows people like you and me, people that aren't developers, to create software. It can accelerate your development by automating routine tasks. So what I'm trying to do right now, as I go through my day to day, is thinking, where am I getting, where are there bottlenecks, what I'm doing, even in producing my podcast, like why integrate certain things. And I'm just making note of that, right? So I haven't actually done anything with it yet. I'm just making note of it. Like, where are the sort of bottlenecks in my processes? Because I'm thinking of like, what is the tool that I could create, I could vibe code to help me bust that bottleneck. What I've used it for already is a speaking dashboard. So I actually use Perplexity Labs for this. And I said, hey, I'm a speaker. I want you to find out like all these different conferences based on this topic. I want you to find dates. I want you to find the contacts. I want you to, so it's this whole dashboard really targeted to me. I mean, I could sell this dashboard to other speakers for sure, but I'm just using it as a use case of one. And I think, even my podcast First Time Facilitator, you create something for yourself, you scratch your own itch, and you'd be surprised how many people around the world want the thing that you're up to. So yeah, I'm just like right now just documenting stuff that's kind of annoying me with my workflows and thinking, is it worth vibe coding this and creating software as well? But really, this would have to create an insane amount of innovation because it lowers the technical barrier. I also wonder, what is the value of SaaS products or any type of software or tool in future? There's been predictions like people saying that the price of software will go down to zero because everyone is just going to vibe code what they want. I don't know, maybe in a few years, I don't think just yet. Like I said, creating the AI tool is one thing, having it on your desktop is one thing, but then like publishing it, you definitely need a developer's help to, craft things a bit better as well. So yeah, and you can use this, by the way, if you have no software skills, I would just start with a chat GPT and saying, here's what I'm creating. I want it to be very user-friendly. I want it to be like, pretend that Apple created this tool. It has like beautiful interface. Can you describe what that would look like? And then you plug it into something like Perplexity Labs to create it for you. Sometimes it's nice to leverage AI tools against each other, create a bit of competition. But I guess the most useful use case right now is to prototype really quickly. So rather than someone buying into an idea, you can turn that idea you can go from nothing into something within like 5 minutes. You can do a Loom walkthrough talking about it, and then you can maybe pre-sell that or get some validation or get people to signing up to buying that. So that's absolutely fascinating. Like I could do that with my speaking pipeline thing. Like, hey, here's what I've created. Do you want this for you? Bang, like pre-sell it and I'll make it. But anyway, that will take me off focus in terms of like what I actually want to do with my life, but maybe I could pursue it. I don't know. So yeah, there's tools like Replit, Cursor, and GitHub Copilot. But if you're resourceful, just Google it, have a look around, chat GPT it. Also remember, right now, AI-generated code may have security vulnerabilities. And it's definitely not a magic bullet, but it is a powerful tool. And you should definitely know the phrase vibe coding. There's also like other vibe things at the moment, like vibe marketing, where you basically just tell an AI agent, hey, I want you to promote this, give me a strategy, write the content, create videos. And that's another way of just creating something from nothing. Fascinating time we're living in right now. It's incredible. I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it useful. And have you been vibe coding? Let me know. I'll speak to you tomorrow.